Good night, everyone. Welcome to the Kemet Masai Academy. I have two lovely young ladies in studio with me, and we're going to be joined by other scholars later on. We're going through one of the grade 4 PEP performance tasks, past papers. So, as you know, all of this month we're dedicating to the performance task in grade 4, grade 5, grade 6. So, we've been going through looking at sample questions. We're going to be having 2 sessions this evening. So as soon as we wrap up this one, we're going to go on to a social studies.
No.
Why
Wait,
not?
social studies?
Favorite.
Wait, social studies?
Yes.
I like social studies.
So we're going to do math first, and then we'll go on to social studies.
Miss, are we not going to wait on more people?
No, we can start. They'll join us later.
Okay. Just us, me and you. And you can hear the words. Just me. We're
All
in
right.
class.
So
Come
it's
on.
the
Just
June,
me.
Alia,
This was.
June 2023 performance task, mathematics.
Yes, Miss, I'll go for it right now.
All right, so this is Alia. I want you to read the general instructions for me, please.
Yes, Miss, I'm coming. Okay. General instructions. Read the instructions below before answering the answers in
The
the
question,
booklet.
answering the question.
Oh, before answering the questions in the booklet. Number one, write the answer to all questions in your test booklet. Number two, read each instruction carefully, 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 carefully before responding to the questions in each part. Number three, ensure that all questions are not answered.
Are
Do
not
not
answered. Are not answered. Read that again.
ensure Number three, ensure that all questions are answered.
Okay.
Do not open this booklet until told so. General instructions. Read the instructions below before answering the questions in the booklet. Number one, write write the answer in all questions in your booklet.
Test booklet.
Number two, what did you say, Miss?
In your test booklet.
Oh, number one, write the answer to all questions in your test booklet. Number two, read each instruction carefully before responding to the questions in each part. Number three, ensure that all questions are answered. Do not open this booklet until told so.
Told to do so. Thank
Told
you.
to do so.
So it's very important for us to follow instructions, particularly when we are in an exam setting. Because if you don't follow the instructions, you might find yourself being escorted out of the examination room and your paper confiscated, and you might not get any grade at all. And in some cases, the exam board might not allow you back to do any exam from them. So you have to be very careful. If you are told not to turn the page, don't turn the page. If you are told that certain
Excuse
instruments,
me.
yes,
What if you accidentally like flipped over it?
If you accidentally do so, then you quickly go back, because if you are caught doing so, depending on how lenient the invigilator is, you may or may not get away with it. So you may not be lucky enough to meet an invigilator who is lenient and will allow you. So try not to. All right. Every examination has rules and we have to abide by them. All right. So on this paper, primary exit profile 2023. So this is just basic information that you would fill in, and you know that you would get your answer booklet with the tabs for you, the circles, the bubbles for you to shade. All right. Nardika, please read.
This task has four parts. Read the information in each part carefully. Use the information provided to answer each question in part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. This task has four parts. Read the information in each part carefully. Use the information provided to answer each question in part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4.
Okay. Alia.
Bake sale. Your class is planning a bake sale to raise $16,000 to buy a microwave for the classroom. Parents have been asking to donate baked products for the sale. The bake sale. Your class is planning a bake sale to raise $16,000 to buy a microwave for the classroom. Parents have been asked to donate baked products for the sale.
Thank you, Alia. All
Mr.
right,
Welcome.
Nardika.
Your teacher has asked you
To lead.
to lead the student planning committee. You and your team will collect and organize the baked products donated, present interpret the information about the baked product, determine how much money the class makes from the bake sale, determine if the class meets its goal of raising 16,000 at the end of the bake sale. Your teacher has asked you to lead the students planning committee. You and your team will collect and organize the baked products donated, present and interpret the information about the baked products, determine how much money the class makes from the bake sale, determine if the class meets its goal of raising 16,000 at the end of the bake sale.
Okay, thank you. All right, Alia.
Part 1. Number of baked products donated. Number 1. Complete the tally chart below. First one is done for you. Type of baked product donated. Cupcakes. Tally the number 48. Type
Oh, so you'd have to read it. You'd have to count the tallies. So just read again the instruction at the top.
oh, Part 1. Number of baked products donated. Number 1. Wait. Complete the tally chart below. The first one is done for you.
All right. So these are the school is having a big sale.
Miss, I
What's
think I know the answer for this one.
hold on? What's the purpose of the bake sale?
Miss, they want to buy a microwave for the classroom.
All right. So they want to raise money. How much money do they want to raise?
16,000.
16,000. All right. So Nardika, you're saying do you know how to read tally?
Yes, Miss.
On this slide here, we have a key at the bottom of the table. What does the key say?
Miss, it says out of 5. That's why I read it.
Right. So it says where you see four strokes and one diagonal stroke, four
It
vertical
means 5,
strokes
Miss.
and one cross, it means five. All right. So let's go back up. So for the cupcake, that is already put in, right?
Yes, Miss.
We can count in groups of five. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 plus 3, 48. So Nardika, how many donuts were collected?
Miss, for my answer, I said 36.
All right, so let's count. 5, 10,
Miss, excuse me,
15,
Miss.
20, 25, 30, 35, 36. What did you say, Alia?
I think it's 31. Yeah.
All right, so you're saying 31. Let's go again. Nardika is saying 36. So we're counting in groups of five, and then we'll count the extra ones with it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 plus 1, 36. How many groups of five are there, Alia?
Miss,
How many groups
one,
of
two,
five do
three,
you see?
four, five, six. Miss, 7,
7 groups of five. So 7 times 5 give what?
36,
35 plus the extra
35.
1, right? 7 5
Mm-hmm.
35 plus this extra 1 here, that's 36.
36.
Right. So 48 donuts, 48 cupcakes, and 36 donuts. All right, Alia, how many cookies?
Okay, Miss, wait. Miss, can I call the one say first?
Sure.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Miss 60?
60. So how many groups of five are there?
There are 12, Miss.
12 groups of five. Correct. Nardika, how many cakes?
12, Miss.
12 cakes. Okay. So we have completed our table. All right, so let's see what else they want us to do in this task. Okay, Nardika, can you read for me?
Use the information in the tally chart in part 1 to complete the bar graph below. The bar graph for cupcakes has been done for you. Use the information in the tally chart in part 1 to complete the bar graph below. The bar graph for cupcakes has been done for you.
All right. So we need to fill in the other three. So let's go back and check what we had. They filled in the 48 for cupcakes. So we need to fill in the 36 for donuts and 60 for cookies and 12 for cakes in the bar graph. So we would go back. All right, so for the donuts, so here we have, so it's going up by 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So 36 would be just one bar up, right? From 35, one bar up. Of course, I'm not going to draw mine straight. I'm trying to. So it's just a little above 35, and we put donuts or D for donut, and we can create a key to say, no, we have 3 C words. So we can use symbols and put the symbols within the bars, or there are different ways we can shade it different ways. Use full shading for one, and stripes for one, and dots for one inside the bars, and just make a key to say which is which, right? For the cookies, it's 60. So that's 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 60 for the cookies. So again, we decide what we want to use to fill in the space in the cookies, or if we just want to write cookies under it. That's for the cookies. And the cakes, 12. So 2 boxes above the 10, and those are the cakes. All right, that's how you would do it. So you make your key, write the word key. Let's say you want to use stripes for this one to represent the cookies. So in your key, of course, you do it much neater than I am doing it now. So in your key, you would let them know. So you'd put a little box with stripes in it and let them know. Wherever you see that, it means cookies. And then you decide, maybe you want to use dots for the donut, or you want to use horizontal lines for the cake, or you can shade all of them. Just shade it, but write the symbol under the bar, and in the key you say what that symbol represents, right? So that's how you would do that. Hi, Donnell. Amari, welcome.
Hi, Miss.
Hi. Okay, so we're a little bit into performance tasks, mathematics performance tasks for grade 4, right? So the school is raising funds to buy a microwave, and they want to raise $16,000, and they've decided to have a cake sale, to have a bake sale. The parents were asked to donate cakes, cookies. Let's go back to that table just for those who are joining late. So oh, that's so far. They were asked to donate baked products. The parents were asked to donate it, and this is the tally table. 60 cupcakes were donated, 36 donuts. No, sorry, I gave the wrong information. Couldn't somebody correct me on that? 48 cupcakes, 36 donuts, 60 cookies, and 12 cakes. And then we were used to ask that information to complete the bar graph here. So this is where we're at now. All right, so Amari, please read.
Macy got kicked off.
He got kicked off again. Is he still backstage? Donnell, can you read, please?
Night,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
Good night. Donnell,
Yes, miss.
please read for me.
Type of baker product donated.
Baked products.
Baked product donated. 2B. Which baked product was the least popular donation? 2C. Which baked product donation was 1 dozen less than the number of cupcakes donated? Type of baker product.
Baked product.
Baked products donated. 2B. Which baked product was the least popular donation? 2C. Which baked product donation was 1 dozen less than the number of cupcakes donated?
All right. So which one was the least popular? Least popular would mean what? In terms of
Miss,
number,
miss not, miss not, used a lot, miss.
right? So the one that was the lowest number of items donated. So which one was that? So let's go back and double check. So we had 48 cupcakes were donated, 36 donuts, 60 cookies, 12 cakes. Which one was the least popular donation?
Miss cupcakes. I mean cakes.
Cakes. Okay. And which baked product was 1 dozen less than the number of cookies? So the number of cookies was 60. 1 dozen less than 60 would be what? How many make a dozen?
Miss
Miss 12,
six.
miss.
12.
Wait, what?
There are 12 things in a dozen. So 1 dozen less than 60 would be 60 minus 12, which is
Miss 48.
48. So which one had 48?
Miss cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
Miss Cupcakes, miss.
Okay. So the one that had 1 dozen less than 60 is the cupcakes. Do you know what they mean by a baker's dozen? How many in a baker's dozen? There are 12 things in a regular dozen, but they have a thing called a baker's dozen, which has how many items in it? Let me see if anybody in the chat knows. How many items in a baker's dozen? Hmm? 13. Why 13? Can you guess? Nobody? No guess? Even if you don't know,
Miss
but can you
Cause,
guess?
Miss Cause 12 plus 1 is 13, miss.
But why you have the extra one? That extra one is for tasting.
Oh, that makes sense.
Somebody orders a dozen, the baker has to make an extra one to taste it, to see if he's giving out a good product. And so you wanna whip up a batch of something and you don't know how it tastes. All right, so who hasn't read? Amari. Who hasn't read? Amari, right?
Yes, miss.
All right, go ahead, Amari, and read from.
It's part 3. Money earned from the bake sale. The price list used in the bake sale is shown below. Examine the list carefully, then use it to answer questions 3A, 3B, and 3C. Price list. Cookies, $20 each. Donuts, $40 each. Cupcakes, $50 each. And a cake, $80 per slice. Part 3. Money earned from the bake sale. The price list is used in the bake sale. The price list used in the bake sale is shown below. Examine the list carefully, then use it to answer questions 3A, 3B, and 3C. Price list. Cookies, $20 each. Donuts, $40 each. Cupcakes, $50 each. Cake, $80 per slice.
$80 or 18? 80?
No, Miss 18's.
18?
Miss, it says 80.
80, right?
Yes, miss.
Per slice. Okay. So our task now will be to work out how much money was made. So make a note, jot down quickly because you're going to need to work it out. The cookies, $20 each, they were sold for. Donuts, $40 each. Um, hold on, right. Cupcakes, $50 each. And the cake was sliced up. They haven't told us yet how many slices the cakes were. So we have to look out for that. All right, Alia.
3A. At the end of the bake, at the end of the bake sale, all the donuts that were donated were sold. How much money did your class make from the sale of the donuts? Show your work in the space provided below. 3A. At the end of the bake sale, all of all the donuts that were donated were sold. How much money did your class make from the bake of the from the sale of the donuts? Show your work in the space provided below.
Okay, how do we approach this? All of the donuts that were donated were sold. So, how much money was made from the sale of the donuts?
Miss, the main question is how much donuts did they get?
Well, we saw
Oh
that
yeah, oh
they got
yeah,
36
oh
donuts.
yeah, oh
They
So,
got
yeah.
miss, that means 36 multiplied by 40. Wait,
each
no,
donut.
the amount of
Yeah, each
money for
donut
the
was
donut.
donut was sold for $40 each.
Oh, 40. Oh.
Yeah, and it's 36 of them. All of them were sold. So it would be the 36 times 40. Work out that and let's see if we get the same answer. So we'll have a 0, 4, 6 is 24, 4, 3 is 12, and 2 is
Miss,
14.
Miss,
Yeah,
is it
Miss, I got 1,440.
1,404 40?
40. Yeah. All right, so we all got that. $1,440. They made that for the donuts. All right, so let's move on then. Nardika.
At the end of the bake sale, only three of a quarter of
Three
the cookies,
quarters. Three
three
quarters.
quarters of the cookies that were donated were sold. How much money did your classmate make from the sale of the cookies? Show your work in the space provided below. At the end of the bake sale, only three quarters of the cookies that were donated were sold. How much money did your class make from the sale of cookies? Show your work in the space provided below.
All right. So remember, 60 cookies had been donated. And they're saying not all the cookies were sold. Remember, all the donuts were sold. We do that already. Not all of the cookies were sold. Three quarters of them were sold.
Oh, miss, that mean 3/4 times 60, miss, and that's 45.
Right. So we first need to find three quarters of the 60 to work out actually how many donuts were sold. And as Amari says, that is 45, right? 4 into
45, miss.
4 into 60 goes 15, and 3 times 15. So 45 of them were sold. So how much money? We have another step. So this one requires two steps. The first step to work out how many of the cookies were sold.
Miss, the next step is to multiply the amount that you got times the amount that it's for. So, miss, that mean 45 times 20, miss.
All right, because each cookie was sold for $20.
And
So the
miss,
40
45 times 2 is 90, miss. And since there's a 0 at the 2, miss, it
zero
would
at
be
the end.
900, miss.
All right. So that's $900 was made for the cookies. So sometimes you're going to require 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps. It doesn't matter. As many steps as you need to get to your answer. Whatever needs to be done to is like you're peeling away till you get to the answer. So we didn't know how many cookies were sold. For the donuts, it was just one step because all of the donuts were sold. So we just multiply all of the donuts, the 36, by the price of each donut. The cookies now is not all of them sell. So first we need to find out how many of them were sold. What they told us is 3/4 of them. 3/4 of them were sold. So 3/4 of 60. 3 over 4 times 60. And that gives 45. 45 cookies were sold and $20 for one. So now we multiply and we get $900. All right, Donnell. Donnell still here? Okay,
Yes, miss.
Jaim.
Miss, I wasn't touching Miss. It wasn't touching Miss.
All right, Daniel, go ahead and read, please.
3C. 3E. Each cake was divided into 10 equal slices. At the end of the bake sale, all the cakes that were donated were sold. How much money did the class make from this sale of the cakes? 3. Show your work in the space provided below. 3E.
Three
Each
C.
cake 3C. Each cake was divided into 10 equal slices. At the end of the bake sale, all the cakes were donated were sold. How much money did your class make from the sale of the cakes? Show your work in the space provided below.
All right. How do we approach this one? How many cakes were donated? Do you remember?
No, Miss.
So let's go back and check. Let's go back and check. How many cakes? How many cakes? How many cakes? Cakes. 12 cakes. All right, so 12 cakes. And it did say that all of the cakes, hold on, it said each cake was divided into 10 slices and all cakes were sold. Every 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 slice of cake was sold. So how are we gonna work out the money that they got for the cakes? 12 cakes,
Miss,
each one was divided into 10 slices. Yes,
Miss,
Amari?
the first thing I would do, Miss, I know that it's $80 per slice, and Miss, if there are 10 slices, I would say 80 times 10, which is 100, Miss.
80 times 10 is 100.
No, 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 I mean 800, Miss.
Okay.
And then then Miss, can you repeat how much cakes
12
were sold, Miss?
12 cakes.
12. So Miss then would I multiply the 800 times 12, Miss?
Correct. You could do it that way, or you could do it. So you did it from the slices to the money to how many cakes. Another way is divide up the cake first. So 12 cakes, 10 slices each, right? It's multiplication, so it's associative. You're gonna get the same answer. It doesn't matter which one you start with, but the logic in my head is to go from slicing up the cake as opposed to multiplying how much slice by how much money first. So in my head, I'm saying it's 12 cakes and each one is divided into 10 slices. So in all, the 12 times the 10. So we have 120 slices. And then now each slice is $80. So I would
Miss, then you said
multiply,
12 times 80, Miss.
yeah,
I miss
120,
that's 9,600.
the same amount you would get if you did it the other way, right? So this is the the most logical way in my head. I'm reasoning from let's slice up the cake and then multiply by how many cakes and then how much money for each slice. So Amari did it the other way.
Miss, is it
He
9 2,600, miss.
Yes, that's correct. So Amari multiplied. So he knew that each cake cut up into 10 slices. So he's saying, all right, each cake is gonna give me 10 times the $80, which is 800. And there are 12 cakes, so 800 times 12. So 800 times 12 is the same as 120 times 80. See that? Same thing you would get. So there are different ways of approaching a question. Just do it logically, step by step, and you should arrive at the right answer. Jahim, are you there? Every time Jahim come on, him get bumped off again, you know. Jahim,
Yes, miss.
good night.
Night, miss.
Long time I don't talk with you on the live. Eh?
Yes,
Can you
miss.
can you read what's on the screen, please?
Part for meeting your goal. At the final meeting of the student planning committee, the treasurer made a report. He reported that in addition to the sale of the cake, donuts and cookies, and the class also made $2,400 from the sale of all the cupcakes. After completing all his calculations, the treasurer also reported that the class did not meet its goal of raising 16,000. For a help for a help the treasurer to show
Treasurer.
that okay,
Treasurer.
treasurer to show that the class did not meet its goal of raising 6,000. Show your work in
16,000, Jahim. $16,000.
$16,000. Show your work in the space provided below.
Okay, read again, please.
Okay, miss. Part, part 4 meeting your goal. At the final meeting of the student planning committee, the treasurer made a report. He reported that in addition to the sale of the cupcakes, donuts and cookies, the class also made $2,400 from the sale of all the cupcakes. After completing all the calculation, the treasurer also reported that the class did not meet its goal of raising $16,000. For A, help the treasurer to show that the class did not meet its goal of raising 16,000.
All
Show
right.
your
Thank
show
you,
your
Jahim.
work space provided. Okay, miss.
Okay. So what do we need to do here? How do we prove? How do we help the treasurer to prove that the class did not meet its goal? The class set out to raise $16,000. It sold the items that it could sell. How are we going to know if we met the goal, if we achieved the goal? You're asked to show your working. What kind of working out would you be showing? Come on, guys, talk to me, no, man. How would we work out to show whether or not the students met their goals? If you set out to raise 16,000 and you sell your cupcake, you sell your cake, you sell your donut, you sell your cookies, how are you gonna know if you made the 16,000?
Oh, miss, add up all the money.
You have to add up all of the money, right? And if you add it up and it passes 16,000, then you know that you have surpassed your goal. If you don't reach 16,000, that means you don't reach your goal. Simple. So, step by step, we have been working out how much, how much we made. See, the first thing we were asked to work out, um, first thing we were asked to work out was the donuts, and we got 1,440. Then we were asked to work out the cookies, and we got $900. Then we worked out the cake. We add up a cake, we multiply how much slice by how much we sell it for, and we got 9,600. And finally, now they're telling us that the this one, the cupcake, is 2,004. So we have all the information that we need. We just need to add those up now, right? So let's add. So it's the 1,440. That is for the donut. That's what was made from the sale of the donuts. The cookie, $900. The cake, 9,006. And they didn't ask us to add up this one, but they told us here that the cookies is 2004 was made from the cookies. From the cupcakes, cupcakes. So add up those and tell me what you get. All right, so we're gonna have zeros in the ones place. So 0, 4, that gave 10, 19, 23, and that gave 10, 14. I got my answer. Did you get this answer?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, I got 14,300.
Yes, miss, I got the same answer.
Miss, I got the same answer, miss.
All right, so the walla were bright. The walla were bright. Did we meet our goal? Did we meet our target of
No,
16,000?
miss.
No, we did not. Right? We did not meet the target. We did not meet the target. We only made 14,340. So we would write a statement to say the target was not met, and in the box provided, you'll have a little space to show you're working out. To see that when you add up all of that, what was sold, it don't reach the 16,000. All right, and the final part of the task, Amari, please read.
Alright, miss. 4B. A committee member suggested that the team ask for at least three more cake donations in order to meet its goal. Each cake will be cut into 10 equal slices and sold at the same price. Do you agree with the committee member? Explain why you agree or why you disagree. Be sure to use calculations to support your answer.
Again.
Oh. 4B. A committee member suggested that the team ask for at least three more cake donations in order to meet its goal. Each cake will be cut into 10 equal slices and sold at the same price. Do you agree with the committee member? Explain why you agree or why you disagree. Be sure to use calculations to support your answer. Show your work in the space provided below.
All right. So they still want to, I mean, they need to raise the 16,000 to buy the microwave. They only made 14,000 something. So somebody say, you know what? Let's ask the parents if they can donate three more cakes, and we're gonna slice them up into 10 slices again and sell them for the same $80. See it said we're going to sell them at the same price, which was $80. So we need to say whether or not this is gonna work. So let's check out if we do that, what going to happen. If we get three more cakes and cut them into 10 slices, how many slices we're going to have? So 3 cakes times 10,
Miss 30, Miss.
30
Miss
slices.
30.
All right. And if we sell each slice for the same $80,
Miss, that mean 30 times 80.
so 30
That's
times 80,
two. Miss,
that's
that's 2,400.
Miss
2,400.
2,400.
All right. Is this enough when we add it to what we had? Is that enough to reach the
Miss,
16,000?
Miss,
Let's
yes,
check
Miss,
it.
that's more than enough, Miss.
Let's check it. Let's check it. It was 14,340, 40, right? So it was 14,000. We have to prove it, 14,340. And we're going, if we get the three more cake and cut stuff and sell it. So we'd have to add the 2004. So Amari and Daniel are saying them already know said pass it. But we have to prove, we have to show our working. So when we work it out, how much we get? 0.
Miss,
Miss
16,740.
16,740.
All right, so we'll pass it. Okay, so that's
Miss, excuse me, Miss.
yes. Yes, Alia.
Isn't that better?
Yeah, yeah. So we're actually going to make an extra 740, right? On it. So that's a good idea. So we would write, remember they're asking us, do we agree? So you need, after you done work out your thing and you prove that it would pass the 16,000. So you just say, yes, I agree that that plan could work. If we ask parents to donate three more cakes and we slice it up, we'd get 30 slices. And if we sell them for the $80, that's 2,004. And if we add that to the 14,340 that we already made, we're gonna get 16,740, which is more than our target. So that's definitely a plan. And they want you to make that statement. Any question they ask you, you make the statement, yes or no. Yes, I agree. No, I don't agree. And you show you're working out your reason for it. Why is this doing like that? All right. So, like I said, we're doing 2 sessions tonight. So, we're going to close off this session and go straight into a social studies performance task. All right. So, we're going to wrap
Miss,
up. This is the one we're going to do
Miss.
right now. June.
I don't think I have that one, Miss. That's PEP 5.
This is the social study ones, right?
Yeah, we're going to do June 2019 social studies right now. I'm going to send the link
Miss,
for that one. Gonna send the link
Miss,
for that. Yes, Alia.
Miss, if you look at the paper, it says PEP 5.
I know that, Alia. We're
I thought
doing
we were
our
only doing grade 4.
no, ma'am. I've never said we're only going to do grade 4. I've been saying we're going to be doing 4, 5, and 6. So if you're in grade 4, it will help you. It will stimulate you and let you know what is to come for you.
Miss, I will not be here for the grade 6.
Well, just as how um, the grade 5 and 6 help to work out the grade 4 paper to remind them of some of the basic things that will also help them in their steps so you too can be helped. So we're going to close
And
off this session and start back a new one. Look out for the link in the group, okay?
yes, yes.